Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
This is 3 years ago, prior to the events happening. Alan, in some ways, looks older, in some ways looks younger than he normally does. I'm not used to seeing him in the sweat jacket and without having a shaven face look, so... There's our infamous tweed jacket, though, in case you know we wanted to have more of that fun stuff. Now, if we look around, there's lots of details around Alan's cabin. This is not actually in the town of Bright Falls. This is New York, which is their apartment. Right now, we got different things all around. We can put the coffee on over there, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to just take a look around. Apparently, we're right now in the middle of a really bad snowstorm, as you can see. Things are going very well here in Mr. New York. Very bad blizzard. We also apparently bought a new TV. Don't know why we haven't put it up yet, but we got the box right there. Here we can go visit our wife, Alice.
Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Yeah. And of course, even in the past, we have miscellaneous coffee thermoses to pick up everywhere. Now here's something which I bet you guys didn't know. Most of the Alan Wake characters, not all of them, but most of them are actually based off of real-life people, and thus they have real-life model counterparts. You can see one such example right there. That is the real-life actor for Alan Wake, who is the Finnish actor, it's something Ivy. I can't remember his full name, but you can see shots of him right there. He'll also appear more later, and he'll even appear more in Alan Wake's American Nightmare, because Alan Wake American Nightmare actually has live-action cutscenes, so yeah. That's kind of weird, but the more you know. Now if we go over in this direction, we have lots of different pictures. We have a picture of New York in our New York home. How classy is that? More than one, in fact. Break in here, and there's a few different things that we can find. Before we look in this room, I'm actually going to go into our bedroom. This is our bedroom, where we can get a little bit of an update on our radio station situation.
The continuing freezing rain and heavy snowfall have necessitated a winter storm warning in the entire tri-state area. People are advised to stay indoors, as many roadways are already closed, and city officials are not expecting snow crews to keep up with the weather. We're now on the third day of the blizzard, and the weather is not expected to clear up anytime soon.
There's a few other things that we can look into also. I forget if this is open or closed right now. No, it's open. It's our closet. We can live in the closet. It's how we live our life. The closet monster watches Alice sleep. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to get out of this way. We're going to go straight right into our... This is apparently both our laundry room and our bathroom. I always thought that might make some situations maybe a bit awkward, but you know, it is what it is. We got ourselves a very empty pill cabinet. We have a bathtub, a shower. It's a very nice bathroom, all things considered, for our apartment. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And we're going to go straight through here. Now we can look at the extra papers and all that are hidden around in here. First of all, Alan Wake is a writer. As you see, he's even got an award. For some reason, has guns on it. We can see the name of Alan's books here. He, so far, has written the characters of he's written the books, like a series, about the characters named Alex Casey. Now, this game is made by Remedy Entertainment. Their game series that they made before Alan Wake. Their last series was the Max Payne series, which they made Max Payne 1 and 2, until they sold the IP to Rockstar, and Rockstar recently released Max Payne 3. Now, they have some jokes about Max Payne inside this video game, First of all, I won't spoil who yet, but there's a character in this game who's voiced by the same voice actor as Max Payne. Besides that, Alex Casey, who is the character that Alan writes about, is a very big homage and parody of Max Payne. Here we can see his books, The Fall of Casey, The Things That I Want, Alex Casey, What I Can't Forget, Return to Sender. And even though, as I said, there's a character that's voiced by Max Payne, this isn't the character I'm talking about. By the way, if you have a QR code, you can scan that right now. QR code magic. I was also going to say, though, besides that, though, there's a... Well, we're about to read some manuscript pages, and I'll just say they aren't voiced by Alan, that's for sure. These are part of Alan's newest book, The Sudden Stop.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
But that's in the style of Max Payne, after all.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now, my wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Joke by Remedy, because of course, since they sold the Max Payne IP, they can't finish the franchise themselves. But this is sort of a joke ending to Max Payne, because of course Max Payne, the series starts off with him coming home and him finding that his wife and his little baby had been murdered by a gang, which goes into the whole series of the game franchise. But yay. There's nothing much else to look at here. We're gonna go put on the coffee, I guess. Coffee a go-go. Right over this way. Here we go. Coffee machine right here. To the snowstorm goodness.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
By the way, the song that's playing now is one of the main themes of the game. The song has a few different purposes, meanings, and its name is the Clicker, but I always think it's more of Alice's theme, because it seems to always play with scenes that are more like it plays in memory flashbacks for Alan, and it usually plays with things involving Alice. So I think it's more like Alan's memory theme more so than just the Clicker, but still, whatever, it's called the Clicker. So, and the reason why it's called the Clicker.
I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Now what they want us to do is go over to this room right over here and pick up these prints. These right here.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan!
Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine. Just get the lights back on. Now, please.
I accidentally triggered some lines of dialogue I didn't, because there's a very sweet thing which they can say, where instead of panicking like what I just did right there, if you wait a few moments and then walk into the room, Alan will just sort of slightly say,
I really don't
"Hi."
like this, Alan. Please hurry.
Well, I won't take care of that right now. I won't talk about that. I guess I'll hit the fuse box.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
I have to say, the 3 years ago scene is very sweet, though. There's a few extra things that we talked to the doctor about, mainly about this fish.
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
Doc. As we see, there's lots of little small things here. We got another map.
I believe you'll find the sheriff in her office. Just go down the corridor.
He's just working on his invisible bag stuff. As we stand on top of chairs, because that's what Alan likes to do, stand on top of things he's not supposed to. Okay, we're going to be going over in this direction. As you see, there's things outside of where we are. We're right now at the sheriff's office. What we're going to try to go to is the sheriff's office, which is over to our left, but we're going to talk to these guys first.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Yeah, some people might...
That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can
Alice
call her
was
the
missing.
town executive.
I needed help
She
to
used be
find her.
the
I
editor
wasn't
of
ready
the
to
local
leave.
newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
The dialogue things you can do before you do what you're supposed to do. Going on with all that, you might recognize her as the girl from the diner, or the woman more so. We have a radio to listen to over here and a coffee thermos, and a manuscript page. This is quite the eventful room.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Very funny, right? Anyways, so we have another radio station to listen to.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
This doesn't look good. Okay, let's see. Let's talk to Mr. Sheriff.
I need some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
I'm sorry. All of this, it's just a lot to take in.
Take your time, Mr. Wake. I understand. Can I ask you what the call was about, Mr. Wake?
It's personal.
Well, we are looking for your wife, and I'm going to need your cooperation if I'm going to help you.
I need a moment, after I get some fresh air.
Okay. You can find me here. We'll talk when you feel up to it.
She's a very nice sheriff, all things considered. Unfortunately, Alan's kind of an idiot. Okay, missing. Richard Bogg, Drew Smedanske, Jacob Miller on a camping trip overdue. Hasn't been in contact. If you have seen them or know their whereabouts, please call 555-9932. Now, there's also this guy. Have you seen this man? Disappeared on June 20, 2007. Identifying features and act for winning contest. Now, fun fact. Do you guys see this guy right here in the poster? He won a contest back in 2007 on the date, which they're talking about. The day that he quote-unquote disappeared is the day that the contest ended, and he was the winner. The contest was to be here in the game Alan Wake. Besides this poster, he does appear somewhere else in the game. I won't spoil it here, but when we get to that point, I will make mention of it. The more you know about these contest winners and all that.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he'd quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up. You can get to the back lot through that door and down the corridor, Mr. Wake.
Thanks.
This next guy, I will admit, he's a drunk. He is a definite
The parking lot is through that door and down the corridor. Pay no attention to Walter Snyder on your way.
Okay.
This next guy is a drunk through and through, but I still feel somewhat bad for him.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here!
So we're gonna go turn on the lights for him. He's gonna give us some interesting insight.
Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong, see? Sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen, you gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then. I told him, oh yeah, well I don't hear you. Where on your feet?
And so I apologize for that, but... And again, to Time Struck, this game is very much inspired by Twin Peaks. It's not just like Twin Peaks. There's quite a few differences between it, but the office attendant is definitely inspired by the Twin Peaks office attendant. Now we're gonna be a douche. Oh, I'm surprised. He usually reacts when you turn off the lights.
Oh, why'd you do that for? You're with them, aren't you? You're those space aliens! You think you got me right where you want? Well, you just wait! You just wait! How many people?
And we're gonna turn the lights on just because we're nice. And go out to listen to the radio out back. And hey, Tom, of course it's Alan Wake. We got ourselves a manuscript page in here, which I'm gonna go get.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the Dark Presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power. The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Things are possible still in the future. I was gonna say though, in the meantime we can listen to the radio, what it has to say to us.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the Sheriff's Department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deerfest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
A lot of licensed soundtracks, so
this one told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Yeah, Alan. The Shaded Grove is that song, if you couldn't tell by all the lyrics. They want us to go over to that truck over there, which I'm going to hop over this to get to. We're going to break this open, I guess. Of course, because, you know, Alan's the Kung Fu star. He could do that in just one fell coup or kick.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Over here, we can see the radio still going on with Shaded Grove stuff. I want to listen for one of my favorite verses from this song, which is about to happen after this part. Through here.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Barry, most people like Barry.
She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do
and
you
everything's
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Now, There's a few things that we can do before we actually go on and do what we're supposed to. First of all, coffee thermos. Our collection of getting all 100 and stuffing them, I guess, in our tweed jacket is soon to be complete. In the meantime, though, there's a few things that we can read around here. First of all, here we have Barry with Mr. Old Grizzly. He'll throw little symbols at us when we're not looking at him. We can read up all about the grizzly bear if we wanted to, because why not? We got mountain cougar, lion, puma tigers, whatever. And we have Bucktooth Charlie, the Columbia mammoth. Look at that Charlie. Now, the skeleton of Columbia mammoth, Mammothus columbia, the specimen estimated to be 14,000 years old, or the specimen is estimated to, was recovered from the La Brea tar pits in 1981. It was donated to the Elderwood National Park in 1998 when the Columbian mammoth became Washington's state fossil. Named Bucktooth Charlie, it has since become the park's official mascot. So, yep, Bucktooth Charlie here probably has merchandise in and all that. We got everything from mooses and little grizzly things you can buy, and potted plants and hats and stuffed elephants, which are based off of Bucktooth Charlie. Oh, you good old you. Okay, we got stuff about deers and all the different animals here. We got the prehistoric dinosaurs, because obviously dinosaurs roam this park, and a nice old poster for Elderwood. Not really much else to say here. We got some locked doors that we can't do anything with, and a nice outside scenery. Enjoy the daylight while it lasts, because the daylight doesn't last for long. There's a secret cougar sniffing up there. Okay, Barry, we don't want to talk to you. We want to go talk to this guy.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
The dialogue's only happening if you're looking at stuff. In the meantime, we can appreciate the mountains.
Okay, boy. We're almost done here.
Yeah. Appreciate the mountains, the radio towers, the parking lot, and all the fun stuff in between that Mr. Alan Wake could. Guess we're going to be going over in this direction, though. Doing what we must as we run over here.
Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Conversation with him. Let's just fill out this form. Signing. And we take the papers and head on back. Hey, Barry. Bye, Barry. Let's do our thing.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Right, thanks.
And all that. He's gonna go take care of Max. We got our form, we got the keys, which means that we can now stay in the cabin to go meet the killer.
You're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
He will follow you, which I'm going to make him do right now. Follow me, Barry. He's like a good tag-along co-op partner. Regardless, we're going to get out of here. No other lines of dialogue are needed.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Achoo! Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again. Achoo!
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
I like to do with Mr. Barry because it's fun to mess with him.
You want to know where you can shove that flashlight? Watch where you point that thing, Al. Stop it, Al! Stop it! You're giving me a migraine, Al. You know I'm useless with a migraine.
Okay, he said all his lines of dialogue involving flashlights. Okay, sorry. I was left passing out like that. Bye, Mr. Barry. We can knock over. I thought he. Wait. Continuity error. Did someone pick up the lamp? Because it was definitely pushed over in the cutscene. Regardless, gonna jump on the beds and all that, which means that we can just go on ahead and do what we're supposed to do. Down here we go. Now, I think there's a coffee thermos in here, and you better get it now because you're never gonna come back in this cabin. Spoiler. Okay, he did pick it up. I didn't really notice it and all that. I wasn't paying the closest attention at that very moment, I guess. We got ourselves a nice fire. Barry can enjoy himself. We can be a douche to Barry, too, before we get out of here. Wait, he usually says something whenever you turn off the light. Let's see if you'll say it right now, because I think it's just kind of amusing. Of course, enemies that thrive in darkness better turn off the lights with him. Weird, he usually does say something. What happens if I flip them a few times? All the coffee is mine. He's not getting any of this. I'm gonna take myself some batteries before I get out of here. I'll turn off the lights and see if he says anything when I leave. Now, he'll come downstairs in just a moment. Unfortunately, the door is probably locked now. Oh, not yet, actually. Usually it's locked by now. Jumping on tables and things you're not supposed to.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
There's a few differences I've noticed between this version of the game and the 360 version, despite graphically. Like, there's a few perimeters that have been improved or touched up on, and I've noticed that getting some lines of dialogue to plays out a bit differently than it does in the 360 version. It's like, it's one of those things that isn't really a big deal, and nobody would really notice unless, of course, you've played the game a lot, which in this case I guess I have, because I'm noticing just little small differences. There's nothing that's really a big deal or anything, it's just things like, he's supposed to say a line of dialogue there, but I guess he's not saying it there. It's easier to get this line of dialogue up or harder to get that one. We're going to take this coffee thermos right next to the hot tub. enjoy her hot tub life. Now, anyways, though, we're gonna get into the actual gameplay here, because so far I've just been delving into all the story. One thing about Alan Wake is that lots of the story is optional. There's lots of dialogue and all that you can only get if you decide to wait around places or decide to go off and explore. Now we're gonna get to the actual part of it. Unfortunately, we cannot take this car yet, and we're gonna just pick up this good old manuscript page to get things started.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry. Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest. I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan? My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
What? Listen, it's funny.
No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a
I think it's funny. He's like, it's what they're talking about right now. It's because, like, the characters, they say lots of dorky little things, and the Fisher guy, I think he's really funny for some reason. Like, he's a very type of funny, so.
No fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Break into another, well, fun time of a license song. We're not going to stick around and listen to the license songs for too much. Of course, we saw a shadow man walk by, which isn't the brightest thing to go around the corner that we saw one, but there's no one there right now, so we are just fine. Now, over here we can go into the visitor center, which is in this direction. Yes. I know. I don't stream for a week, but they had Alice. Anyways, though, I guess we're gonna go over this way. Completely natural. Bonk. I didn't mean to disturb you, tire swing gods, or whatever you're scanning, because the whole world's touched on. But it's actually something else going on here, but we're gonna be going over in this direction. So let's see. Here we have another thing built up in this, which again, so many cabins and story. You could skip all of this and just go straight on. And you said they had the tires in it, and we angered the tire swing.
the cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face.
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game, but the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Night Springs, where there are a lot of them all over the place. This cabin is not taken care of at all. Regardless, we're almost done with all the story content that you can optionally delve into. We're actually finally to get going in the actual stage level here. This is the second chapter, which mainly takes place in a national park. There is one or two things we can do before we go where we're supposed to down there. Freaking crows. The first thing is, yeah, it's this direction. Or, yep, here we go. The path is a little bit overgrown, so it's a bit hard to see, but here, what are these things called? The things that are like patios, or just like a patio in the middle of nowhere. They have these usually in this type of stuff. We have a manuscript page telling us about the relationship between Rose and Rusty.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
I couldn't pronounce that for the life of me, even if I tried, but I guess what sounds accurate to me in my experience. I should know what that's called, because we have those in Oregon parks too. It's just, yeah. Anyways, though, manuscript pages everywhere, stuffing them in cars.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. "Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page."
I have amused by something, and not, unfortunately, this is tragic. We're about to see it play out right in front of us, but what I was going to say, though, is that this whole section, everything I've done so far, if you just went right through it, you could do this whole thing in like 5-10 minutes, assuming you skip cutscenes and all that. but yet because I've been delving into all the story, I've not even really gotten to the actual level of the stage yet, and we're already 50 minutes in, so... Anyways, those visitors center... Forgot about that.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me!
Well, everything looks fine and dandy over here, if I must say. They really should fix this place up. I'll give it 1 second. Yeah, we shouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Let me go pick up this coffee thermos, because of course that's more important than the man's life. Right? No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's go help him.
Hello? Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please help me.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
For a while, though, so we're gonna listen.
Whoever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Probably know what a lake's supposed to look like.
Shh. Good boy.
Mr. Rusty. He'll actually say quite a bit, especially if you try to leave.
A presence so dark. Like the forest at night. Woke up. It'll be back. I know it will. It hasn't finished with me yet. So big. I thought old Buck-Tooth Charlie had come to life.
He has long pauses.
See Max? Is he okay? Here, boy. Max. This probably looks even worse than it feels.
Between what he says, so oftentimes you'll think he's almost done talking, you'll try to leave, and he'll start saying something if you try and follow the story. At least that's always happened in my experience at this scene. The blood. Poor old Mr. Rusty, though. Looks like the rest of this is out of shape too. There is a glitch in the 360 version. Looks like it's not happening here, where sometimes, like about half the time, I think they released a patch to fix this and other issues, but this wall used to turn invisible, which was kind of a funny glitch, but whatever the case. We're going to be going over here, because the keys are here in this building.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Elderwood Nature Trail, Moonshine Cave, Lover's Peak. I wonder what we're going to have to go through to get to Lover's Peak. Right? Right. And with Elderwood National Park, Park Ranger's Office. Oh, there's a manuscript page. Oh, for some reason I didn't see that.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drought. The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken rib stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
He did like Rose. But we're going to be going over in here. Of course, this is the brilliant idea. Let's unlock the door. Just what we needed. Breaking right in. Let's see where this leads to. Another manuscript page. Who would have guessed? So we picked that right on up. Story ahoy!
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
I was talking about earlier about once you reach one of those really bright lights, enemies cannot follow you into there. For now, we got other things to deal with though. We need to get the generator up and running and all that, and for some reason they keep ammo in this office. Why not? Why not?
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
We want to get out of here as fast as possible. The enemies will come charging in here if we stay here too long.
Rusty!
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Here we go, we're gonna take care of these enemies. There's actually an advantage. Enemies are... Fuck, I should be looking at that one. Enemies have a weakness to electricity. Who would have thought that? Okay, these are throwers. Let's see if we can get them into the electricity just for science. Be stupid. Fall for the electricity. Fall for the electricity. Come on, that one almost did. That one almost did. Come on. Over here. Over here. Walk into the... Luckily that tree's blocking my way, but I'm trying... You know, I'm just gonna shoot them in a second. I don't think these guys are gonna be stupid to fall for the electricity. Sometimes they do. This guy apparently isn't. Come on. There you go. Whoop. There you are. Easy as pie. These guys aren't really tough enemies yet. We're gonna have to go check up on Mr. Rusty, who unfortunately has now disappeared.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Wonder what? And unfortunately, here's something that a lot of people miss when they're playing the game, but it's sad as well.
Please don't feed the animals.
Max. Poor old Max. Oh, he was a good dog.
For those
Right,
who purchase a park license, obey the instructions at all times.
Okay, oh, this is not good. Fuck, don't, ow, 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 no. Get away from me, you. He's one of those enemies that'll keep on running around really quickly and try to sneak up on you, so... Luckily, it's pretty easy, because right over here is a thing full of ammo. For some reason, they have a dumpster full of handgun bullets. Don't question, it makes sense, maybe. Okay, there we go, we can use our... Okay, he wants to run around fast. Okay, I'm full of ammo. Oh, there he is. Move me, move. Okay, I could have dodged that. I'll see if we can just shoot him in the meantime. Remember, we don't want to use the strong light too much, else you run out of batteries pretty quickly. Let's see. Where are you? Fuck. Insert battery. There we go. He should almost be out of shield, which means they'll also start running around super fast. He just ran out of the arena. He'll come back, though. There he is. Come over here. I'll wait on the table for you. I don't think he has any other lines of dialogue, so I should be fine to shoot him. Sniping with a handgun with the mouse. Come on, give it a second. Reload faster, Alan. Again, if you mash the ammo reload button, then you'll be fine. Yeah, easy enough. Under a thin layer of skin. Anyways, he's not the only guy, though. Fortunately, these enemies thought it'd be a nice time to charge in as well. Watch out for these guys. In fact, I think this is the first time we meet these. Actually, no, those might not be what I think. No, they're not what I think they were. If they were the enemy I thought they were, that would be a difficulty thing. But they're just regular guys. throwing enemies. They're the ones who throw all the stuff. Now, before we go deeper into the forest, let's pick up some ammo, because there's a whole freaking dumpster of ammo right there. Again, if you watch Alan Wake's posture, you can tell how tired or not he is for running and all that. If he's standing uptight like this, that means he's got plenty of run with him. If he's sort of slouching over, that means he's kind of tired. And if he's just down and panting, that means can't do it. And even his walking speed will be a lot slower in that mode. So trees falling, all that fun stuff. We're gonna go into the National Forest now. The best idea I've ever heard, ever. I mean, what could go wrong? Deep, dark forest at night? Hey, look, phone call.
What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Probably was a douche move. We turn off the lights on him, but regardless. Okay, so we have a cave souvenir shop, a visitor center, lots of stuff you can see. There's a manuscript page here too next to the beer, of course.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Aw. Poor old Rusty. We're going this direction, though. Which means that we'll be headed down into these depths. We'll open this up. Lure everything out. No need for ammo, because we got fucking dumpsters full of ammo, apparently. Which means that we're going to be heading deep into the forest. This way. For your safety, stay on designated hiking trail. Which is probably good advice, because this next section, you know how earlier I was mentioning that there's spawning points full of enemies? We met one of those earlier.
At the far end of the nature trail.
We're getting to one of those in a second. However, though, before we go to Lover's Peak, we can go over here into the Moonshine Cave, which has a few extra things that we can take if we want. To the cave we go. There's a few optional to see quote-unquote scares. Alan Wake isn't really that scary of a game in my opinion. But, you know, regardless, the quote-unquote scares do happen if you pay attention. Like in this part, if you look up, there it is. You can't actually shine it though, it just walks there for a second, disappears. Anyways, here we have Moonlight Cave, where we can learn about the history of this cave apparently. The cave was the site of frequent and lucrative bootlegger activity throughout the Prohibition, 1919 to 1933. It was mostly used for temporary storage of alcohol smuggled from Canada, but at times alcohol was distilled on the premises. Oh, what's up, Mr. Tom? We'll be running over here in this direction, so... I know, I was seeing that you got yourself a Christmas part-time job. Tell me how that goes, by the way. Intrigued. We're gonna open this up. Batteries. The only thing that we get in here is a single thing, the batteries. What we're trying to actually, what's actually useful that we got there is the hunting rifle. I just wasted my shot with it. Fuck, I did not mean to do that. I was gonna say the hunting rifle is a very useful gun. I say that and waste a bullet with it, of course. Of course! Yes, well, it would make sense, because the Christmas part-time job would probably start closer to December, but, I mean, it's a really good thing that you got, though, especially since part-time jobs can be hard to get, given that Christmas time is the time to be looking, because they have all those open opportunities for the busy seasons. Anyways, though, in the meantime, we're going to be heading over to Lover's Peak. Now, what else do we have? A telephone, lights burning out, telephone line is disconnected, beer cans falling, crows flying, shadowy guys trying to sneak up behind us, because why not? Why the hell not? There's another guy behind us, which I want to watch out for, because he's going to come and get me if I'm not careful. Speaking of which, there he is. However, we got the smaller knife enemy that's also a hassle if I'm not careful. Come on, reload, reload. Oh, ow, ow, no, 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 no. This is enemy management control where, luckily, so far, fuck, no, no. Okay, no. I could have done the dodge attack, I just want to jump out of the way. Like that. Oh, we actually got an achievement for dodging then. Flow like a butterfly. Okay, now we're gonna do that and that. I know these guys want my love. That's why they're crying over by the porta potty. Just for me. Now, there's not really much else here to do. I think that there's a hidden, if I remember correctly, somewhere around here, there's a hidden thermos. There's lots of hidden thermoses in the game, but it was either here or the next area that has a hidden thermos, like some corner of the world. I was thinking it might have been here, but maybe it wasn't. I guess it's in the next area. Well, that's disappointing. Maybe it's actually is on top of this hill. I know that some area around here had a thermos hidden, like in one of those corners, but guess it wasn't here. But regardless, I better save my running speed, because I'm going to need it in just a few moments. Over here. This is one of those really tough spots. On the path to Lover's Peak, we're going to have to get through here, which is one of those spots where the forest is going to get all foggy and the shadows are going to start dancing across the floor. And we're going to get to an area, there's not infinite enemies, but there's a lot of enemies. Before we go there, I want to see if I can run up there before I have to face all the trouble. Lover's Peak, actually let me go over here and be an idiot to get a coffee thermos. A coffee thermos is worth risking my life for, I say. I think there's a coffee, there, no, it was actually a manuscript page. Even better. Now let's see what this says.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was, but Rose, the waitress at the diner, had seen him. From what Barry could tell, Al pretty much fell off the face of the earth when he left the diner. Rose was just the kind of fan that Al hated, but she really tried to help. She was smart too, knew a lot about what was going on in the town, knew a lot about Al, even knew who Barry was. Barry liked her. That was no big surprise. When it came to women, Barry and Al rarely saw eye to eye.
Opposites, but that's just how they roll. Now if we go over in this direction with Mr. Al, as we see, we can get up there before we go into the dark forest of that direction, which means that I want to get up there as fast as I can before all the shadows start dancing, the music starts playing, the really creepy song. Oh, there's the song, there's the song. Better get out of here before things escalate pretty quickly. How do we get up there? Oh, it's this path. It's over there, it's over there. Come on, get me up there before things go bad. Here we go. To the light, to the light, to the light, light. Probably enemies already spawning behind me. I can hear them coming. To the light. Now, if we sit in here for a second, the shadowy effects are going to wear off, and we can find ourselves a few extra things. There's a shotgun. We'll take out some shotgun shells and all that. Not really too much to note on. We're not going to use our shotgun yet, though. However, we should probably reload it. Shotgun reload, and pistol ready. Let's see how this goes. And yes, I am still playing. Oh, the visitor center in the coop, that is over there. We want to get to Lover's Peak, which is over in this direction, so gotta be careful though, as we're obviously getting to the more twisted parts of the forest. Oh, there's one such guy. The Great Old One, pulled in lightning in 1930. Oh, wait, okay, stand back. Okay, no, fuck, okay. I should have dodged, but I didn't in time. This guy will charge at you if you're not careful. There it is. Luckily I shot him before he charged because he was rid of his light barrier. His charge will do a lot of damage. Give me a second because these guys are going to get pretty tough if I'm not too careful. There we go. I just want to do no, there we go. Get rid of your dark. No, don't throw stuff at me. Kill this guy. Things get out of hand. Kill you. Nope, not going to hit me with that. I saw that coming. Nope, kill you before you come. Let's get you out of the way. Yes, I know. No. Okay, there you are. Now, we're running out of batteries here, so we shouldn't use too many. We're going to run back the way that we came. Wow, those enemies pushed us to a corner a lot more than I thought they would. We're going to run through the Great Old Tree, which was struck by lightning and blah, 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 blah. Oh, actually, it was something that we could read? What does it say? Felled by lightning in 1937, this exceptionally tall Rocky Mountain Douglas fir, something, was over 200 years old. According to the local legends, it is stretched beyond the stars. After it fell, it was measured in 66 meters tall, or nearly a record, which the reason I want to read that fast is because enemies can spawn anytime when you're in this dark, swirling area. Now, I think that there's a coffee thermos over there, but I'm going to forget about that right now. I'm just going to run through here where a bajillion enemies... What the... What? Okay, that was weird. Was that supposed to happen? No. They were gonna kill me because I got hit. If you're in black and white mode, that means you're next to death. Fuck, I need to dodge well. I don't think I can take care of all of them right now. What I want to do is dodge their attacks like what I'm doing right now, and occasionally light my light on them so they won't be able to attack me like this. Unfortunately, Alan's almost out of stamina, that's why he's moving so slow. No. Okay, good, I'm black and white. He regenerates a little bit of health if you wait a little bit of time. Fuck, the lights are out. That's not what I need at all right now. Come on, Alan. Alan, this is your left. Fuck. No, no, no. Ow, no, 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 no. Ow. I should have lit something up, but I didn't. Okay, if I can get there fast enough, I might be able to stop them. Luckily, they're going to restart me from here. Oh, when this thing appeared, of course. The big giant. Get rid of this thing, get rid of this thing, get rid of this thing, get rid of this thing. Refuel with the battery, refuel with the battery. Kill this thing before it gets to be a problem. Now reload, reload, reload. Hopefully my battery will come to life itself. Oh, no, not you guys. Kill you. Batteries, I guess I'm going to be wasting all my batteries today. Nope, no, not you. Get you. Come on, come on. No, 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 no. There we go, there we go. Da, 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 da. Reload. Ah, shoot, shoot, kill, kill. Alright, done and doneer. Now, with that, I better save my running. In fact, let's just stand still for a second. Let's read this, the whole history of whatever's. I believe there's a coffee thermos that way. However, though, we want to take advantage of our stamina. You guys just stand still for a second as I run through the fucking forest. I want to get to that generator before they can come and get me. So, fucking dodge that. Oh, well, you guys are that close. That's probably bad. That is really bad. Let me run over to this, because I want to get to that before you guys get to me. Oh, that guy is so close, it's really bad. Okay, he's always closer than I think he is. I'm going to turn around, it's going to be like right there. Okay, he was actually a bit further that time than I thought he was. Let's see if we can turn this on before they get to me. Come on, ow. No, no, fuck, okay. Did it last second, He did hit me, but at least he didn't stop me before I pressed the button. Which means that we'll be safe here for a small bit, so we can regenerate our health, get our stamina back. Fucking reload that shit. Alright, alright, so here we go. Okay, visitor center. Is this where their thermos was? The one which I thought I was looking for earlier. Gonna take the supplies. We're still not safe, though. The enemies can still respawn very easily. Yeah, here we go. That's the coffee thermos I was thinking of earlier. Give me your coffee. Oh, I said, Tom, it's... I was gonna say, I hope you enjoyed. Of course, I'll play when I can. And it is so close to... Actually, what day is today? My dates are all mixed up because my sleeping schedule got mixed up a few days ago. So I was right with my guess, actually. I was going to think that was probably 2 days because I thought it was like 2 days ago. It was 4 days, so... Regardless, your birthday's getting really close. Bear alert. Looks like we're in bear country. That's okay. Oh, it's the 10th day? That would explain me and my dates. Guy ran around the shadows. Not conspicuous at all. Now this is bad. This is really bad. This is the first time that the game really throws a lot of enemies at you at once. You do want to run back if at all possible. These guys can kill you pretty quickly. There's quite a few of them, actually. You want to run back to the light you recharged over this direction. Be careful, though. The big guy can charge at you. And he will. In fact, there he goes. He's going to charge at me. This one will almost kill you. But okay, luckily he didn't charge that much. Usually they charge a lot longer. But anyways, though, we want to go back to this light so we can make them disappear temporarily. Now, no reason to hold back from... Nope, stop. Don't waste shots, Alan. Do not waste shots. Why do you do that? Again, maybe it's just because I'm still getting used to the PC controls. They're going to summon up back and forth. We can use this opportunity to get rid of their light summon and shoot them with our shotgun. Here we go. It's a pretty spread shotgun, so okay, no. I forgot this is only a 2-shot shotgun. Come on. Oh, that guy was trying to sneak up on us, but luckily he got stuck behind that. I actually did not know he was there. Luckily we got some distance right now, and plenty of flashlights, so that guy, okay, we're out of shotgun ammo, unfortunately, which means that we just have to take care of this guy. Again, whenever that bright flash of light occurs, that means that you've taken care of all the enemies in the area, so you're safe for now. Not always, though. The game is sometimes tricky. It tracks the enemies that try to sneak up behind you, so sometimes you'll get that flash that signifies that all the enemies are killed, so you think you're safe, but there might be one last strangler enemy that's secretly behind you. The game only signifies enemies that you've shown your flashlight on. So if there's an enemy that got by without you seeing it, that means that that enemy can sneak attack you before you like do it. For your safety, stay on the designated hiking trail. There are coffee thermoses around here, but the problem is I forget where all of them are right now, and I'm not going to spend all the time looking in the forest just to find coffee thermoses. So we're going to probably skip a good amount of them, which is just natural, I guess. Coffee thermoses are only achievement hunt anyway, so through tree, as we can see, we can just go straight through this. Now what you're supposed to do, this part can be a bit confusing the first time you get here. What you're supposed to do though is follow the manuscript page by jumping over the rock. Of course there's this direction over here, and I've seen a lot of new players just not even see that over there and just walk this direction because they think they're supposed to follow the trail because of the sign over there that says to follow the trail. However, this is actually a dead end. Let's see, mining trail, motorcycle prohibited, no littering, dogs must be leashed at all times. Now, there's something like this in Oregon, too. We're going to pick up this good old coffee thermos. And we have the dates from 1846, the year of the Oregon Treaty. The tree this rain was cut from started growing in 1846, the year the Oregon Treaty was signed. Other notable events marked on the reigns. 1853, the Washington Territory was formed. 1878, the founding of the Bright Falls Mining Co. and the town itself. 1889, Washington was granted statehood. 1829, tree damaged in a forest fire. 1870, the Bright Falls Mine Co. closes its doors after a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake. 1980, Mount St. Helens erupts. 1987, tree felled by storm. And here we have all these years marked by the rains of the tree, and we can run through it like, doo, sweena, doo, ow, fuck you, tree. Do! Anyways, though, I forgot that could happen. Then again, I guess it kind of makes sense if you're hitting the face of the fucking log that's going the opposite direction, but still. We're going to be going over in this direction, so... through here. Anyways, though, we got a piece of the manuscript page that we can read right here. Oh, we have two. Torch symbol.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason. Packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo. Things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
That's not the only page we had, though.
Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost.
He's talking about, We're gonna go this way, though. We have ourselves a tram here. Now, there's a few little more informational things that we can see. Like, here's a map of Elderwood National Park. We still got a ways to go, but that's okay. We're going to be riding the tram, so of course that's going to go safe and sound. Let's summon it this way. Come here, trammy, let's go, doo-doo. Come here, trammy, let's go, doo-doo. Now, there's a few other things that I probably missed the stuff, which I probably could look at. Come on, trammy, let's go, doo-doo. Come on, trammy, let's go, doo-doo. Here we go. Comes to a stop. We can walk right on in and go on our tram adventure. By the way, be careful about the back and front doors. They will actually swing open. And if you fall, yeah, I think you guys got the idea. Well, this is going pretty well. Oh, yeah, you're thinking it's actually a cable car. Right, I forgot that. Why am I thinking of a tram? I know a tram is a train thing, but in the meantime, though...
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
This is a bit of an... I'm going to pause for a second to explain this before the storyline continues. This is a bit of a change of pace, okay? First of all, they're introducing a new game mechanic to us, which is the ability to use flares. Now, there's more than just flares, but besides the flashlight, we do have secondary means of light. Usually in swarms of enemies, it's a good idea to use a flare, because a flare can prevent the enemies from attacking you for a few moments, either for you to rejuvenate your health or for you to shoot the enemies. It can also be used to get rid of their darkness barriers if there's a lot of enemies surrounding you at once. The second idea, which we are not going to look at yet, but we're going to learn about pretty shortly, is a thing called flash grenades. Flash grenades is just a bright flash of light. Its radius and its longevity is not as good as flares, but flash grenades, if an enemy is right next to it, can actually be killed by a flash grenade. And if they're even just somewhat far away from you, but not too far away, they can also get hit by the blast of light, and it will get rid of their darkness barriers. Both of them are pretty useful. Both of them are kind of rare, but they're pretty useful to have, and make sure you can keep at least one flare or so on hand, just in case something ever goes wrong. However, though, in this instance, we're with another partner character. Who is he? I guess we're going to have to find out in the short future. However, though, we don't have a gun. In that whole cable car flight right there, we lost our gun. So now we have to rely on him to shoot things, and we're the light source of flashlights and flares.
You can see them too?
Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up. You set him up, and I'll knock him down, Wake.
Unfortunately, this guy's kind of I didn't see you coming there. Unfortunately, this guy is kind of an idiot. He'll shoot enemies even if he doesn't have a good reason to. In other words, fuck. Fuck. Now, oh no, not those enemies, not those enemies. Those are the three strikers, I like to call them. I don't want to waste my flares yet, so that's why I'm not using them right now, even though I probably should, because I'm almost dead. No, come on, kill, fuck! Ah, okay, yeah, that was my fault. I should have recharged my flat battery. I was gonna say, I don't want to waste my flares yet, because you're gonna need them a lot in a second.
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
But this guy isn't the smartest when it comes to weapons. He will shoot enemies that have darkness barriers up. I think he has unlimited ammo though, so it's no big deal. However though, he's kind of slow at shooting things. You can't always rely on him. Okay, now before the enemies sneak up behind me, I'm going to see if I can get rid of this guy's darkness barrier. There you are, I knew you were somewhere. Of course you're right in the one direction I wasn't looking. There's you. No. No. Come on, shoot these! Stop shooting the guy that has a darkness barrier. Shoot the other people. You dumb shit. I could use my flares, but I really want to save those. Unfortunately, he has to shoot everything. I should probably just use a flare. It's a lot easier. And they do give you a good amount during this section. But I want to be a fucking pro-hard, die-hard guy, and I'm just going to try and fight the power of using flares. Just do flashlight. I just need to get used to dodging on the keyboard.
There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, let's do this thing.
You better keep up.
Now get rid of this guy. Fuck, no, ow, no. Dodge that. Stop focusing on the one enemy that has a darkness shield. You. Ow. No. Do your thing. Stop shooting the enemy that has actual darkness barrier. There, okay, no, if I get hit, no, fuck. I should really light a flare. I'm just being really stubborn about this. Because there's a section that's coming up where having a lot of flares is incredibly helpful. But, yeah, that's the way the story goes. Let's move.
I lost my gun back there.
Save my running.
Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized
Yes,
him.
he's the
He'd been
kidnapper,
on the
I know.
ferry when I first
I
arrived
could light a
at the
flare
house.
for this
He
and
knew
make
my
this
name.
whole lot
We were heading
easier,
in the
because this guy's
direction of
pretty slow at
Lover's Peak.
shooting,
There
but
was no way this was a coincidence.
it could be a
He was the
coincidence.
kidnapper.
You don't know, it's not
better keep
impossible. There should be an enemy coming up over here.
What I got for you?
Oh, there was another guy over here. Come on, shoot these guys. I'm gonna stick really close to him. Just gonna shoot the enemies to stun them. Fuck, no, okay, at least I dodged. At least he got hit, I guess. Okay, dodge this, I'm doing a lot better now. Come on, shoot these things. Take all these flares. No, not you guys. Come on. Fuck, no. Those guys can hit hard if they really want to. Give me these flares, give me these flares.
Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun!
No time for back talk. Hold them off, damn it.
Oh boy. So you want to keep these enemies off as he's breaking up boards. You want to stun them and keep your battery alive, so kind of like doing this. Fuck, that guy's gotten stubborn. Freeze you. No, I did not mean to get rid of your light. I did not mean to get rid of your... Flare. Okay, do your thing, Flare. Fuck, these enemies. I didn't throw out the flare in the right place. There you go. Fuck, I wasted 2 flares on that. Light. Come over here. Stop being stubborn. He'll stick there and try to fight enemies for some reason.
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon.
Yo. There's Lover's Peak. Of course, where I wanted to go with this guy completely. He's the love of my life. I need to go to Lover's Peak with him. Obvious mindset of Alan Wake right now. Let's see. There was a trash can somewhere that had a few hidden flares. I don't know where it was. Unfortunately, I only have a few flares on hand. Oh, there's coffee thermos. Mine. Here we go. This should be fun.
This is it, Wake. The last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
Of course they always aim for me, even if he has a gun. They'll still aim for me.
Monster! Ow! Bullseye!
There's also going to be enemies that hop down from here, so the enemies will come from here and there.
Get some!
Yes, come get some. You are so cool, Mr. Guy. Oh, I forgot they can climb from there too, can't they? Forgot about that.
Bring it!
You're blocking my light. Nope. Where did you guys... Oh god, okay, kind of flare time, it is flare time. You can carry the flares, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm only going to throw it down and stick close to it so they don't get me. There we go, they both have the light away. Get out of the way of them. Ow. Need a new battery, definitely. No. Get stun that guy. Shoot this guy. Get out of the way so he doesn't kill me. Nope. Ow. Oh, fuck that. I should have used... I'm trying to resort my resources more so I just don't throw everything around everywhere. It's more than possible to throw all these flares and just waste them all, but... Get with the program, Wake. That's your job, I know. Here we go. I don't care if I take hits right now. It's like dirt, because I can recharge that just a little bit. Okay, at least shooting those guys. Next, there should be somebody that comes from. Oh, we haven't taken care of him yet. Take care of him. This is the time where I'm going to use this. Come on, shoot this guy, shoot this. No, 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 no. I guess I have to hold a flare just to make myself live and regain health for a little bit. Come on, over here. I'm dying. Kill these things before I die. Okay, there we go. Stun that guy. Come on, shoot this thing guy. Got it. Got it. Got it. Come on. Come on. Stop having such terrible aim. Nope, nope, nope. Where'd you come from? Seriously, this guy has the worst aim. Just come on, he's right there. He's right there in the corner. No, guys, he's got his. Yeah, they can charge towards you when you do that. Oh, wait, where did you come from? I have to hold a flare just to make sure I don't die. I use my light to kill this thing. So blah, 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 blah. Oh god, I realize there's one of you guys behind. No, no, no. No, 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 no. If that guy hits me, I'm basically dead. So, definitely want to get rid of this guy's barrier. He's a giant. Fuck you, fuck. Okay, you get between me and these guys. Come on. Shoot that guy dead. You got it, you got it. Yeah, nothing to it, that's what you see. Nothing to it. Most of my deaths came from this section.
Now. Where's my wife? I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her mouth. No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here!
Completely not angry, desperate.
He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
Yay, yay. And there's another secret supplies box, which can give us some extra thingy-majiggers. Now to the battle. We just have to climb up here. Now here we go. There's a manuscript page over here to read. We are on the final third stretch of this area. Maybe it's the second half. Yeah, I guess it's more the second half of this level.
On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign, and nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now.
Now, we're gonna have to drop down here. Whoop! Ow. Oh, wait. Wait, this is the section where you can actually cross the logs. I actually forgot about that. I actually had never dropped down from there before. I usually just cross the logs like they want you to. But I guess they gave you the option to go over there. I'm crossing the logs, of course, because I think, is there a manuscript page over here? Or am I crazy? I'm crazy. There's no manuscript page over here, so there's no reason to go over here. Okay. Crossing logs I go. Crossing logs I go. I am going to go crossing logs as I go. Now, anyways, though, a few things about this next section. First of all, I could run out into the middle of the forest. There's actually a coffee thermos over there, and I believe a manuscript page. Or maybe not a manuscript page, so there's definitely a coffee thermos over there. However, though, you see this shiny? This shiny is here to trick you. The first time you see it, it looks a bit different than the other shinies you see, but you might be thinking to yourself, hey, I wonder what that is. That must be an item or a manuscript page. And even though I know what this is going to do, here's what most first players do. I did the first time. I think most players do it the first time. If you look at it very closely, you can see it's a bear trap. But, of course, most people...
Rusty had warned me about these traps. It hurt like hell. I was stuck.
Now, that's what you need to be careful for. And actually, this did something different than the 360 version again. Oh, there it is! I was going to say, usually summons an enemy, but there's the enemy. That enemy does not get summoned unless, of course, you fall for one of the bear traps. I was going to think, like, usually it summons an enemy, but there he was, I guess. You need to be careful, though. Either look for them visually, or shine your flashlight around so you can tell where they are. They will only glow like that when you shine your flashlight, and they will be in the forest and the trinkets. You gotta be careful not to step too close to them, or else they will definitely sting. They leave quite the markings. There's a few ways they can sort of cheap your way around here. You can see how many of them are around here, right? This is essentially almost like a minefield of them. You just gotta be sure. No, Alan, don't trip your way that way. I'm gonna take this path over here. Going to avoid this one. Walk in this direction. Think we're good. Oh, there's one right there. Okay. It is actually the reason why I'm coming back here is because there's something back here I can get for myself because I like items. Excuse me. I guess I'm gonna go over this direction. Now, where is it? There it is. Manuscript page. Hidden away on the trinkets of a fold of life. That actually got me an achievement too. Let's see what this one says.
Sarah didn't care about the legal threats Wake's agent had made. She let Wake go without argument, because there was something about him she couldn't quite put her finger on. Something that reminded her of her father. She didn't think Wake would hurt his wife. Then she thought about the way he waded into Hartman, that hair-trigger rage flaring up without warning.
Now we got some ammo here. Also, I don't know if I can find it, but there's a stack of, there it is actually, speaking of it. There's actually an achievement to shoot all those. I've never actually got that achievement though. Even in the Xbox 360 version, I've never taken the time to shoot all those. They're usually kind of hidden away in far corners of the earth, and again, it's just an achievement hunting thing. No actual reward for shooting those besides just an achievement. Alright, so anyways though, we are going to cross over this section. This is also where the level gets a bit more trickier, in my opinion at least. The level gets kind of more tricky because you're now more and more like lush woods. This isn't exactly a hiking trail, and there's usually more enemies too. As well as the bear traps. Those are going to be pretty hindrance as well. Make sure you don't step on any, but right now we should be fine. Here we go, enemies are showing up. I was waiting for you guys. However, though, if you follow the trail close enough, you should be fine, mostly. I'm going to take advantage of one of these flares I was holding close to me. However, though, the trees are falling and all that, which you need to be careful for as well. You're supposed to climb this trail eventually. Unfortunately, the enemies might be close behind. Such as that. Oh god, that guy was a lot closer than I realized. Quite a few enemies, in fact. Come on, Alan. Fuck, I went to a dead-end trail. Come on, there's an actual trail somewhere. Not you. This is another thing. It's easy to get lost in these lush parts if you're not careful where you're looking. Okay, we temporarily have no enemies on our tail, so let's use this opportunity to try and find the path. I somehow went the wrong way. It should be somewhere around here. There it is. There it is. Fortunately, more enemies showed up, which means there's probably one behind us. Yep, I knew it. Fuck, we need to get out of this. Fuck, nope, you guys. Fuck, okay. There, I got all three of you guys together. Refuel my flashlight. reload a little bit. There we go. Now we're gonna take a little bit of a hideaway inside this cabin. Come on, before they all show up. Oh god, there he is right there. Okay, good, we did it just in time. That was close. Alright, now before that, there is an area. Oh, no, 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 what are you doing right there? No, 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 nope, nope, no, no. Okay, I forgot they disappear in light but reappear when you step out of light. Because they're literally standing right there. Stay in the light for a second. Let's see what happens. They reappear right there when I go through here again. There's a coffee thermos in here, which I want, which is what I was trying to go after. I'll stay in light for a second to make sure that everything's all fine and dandy. Here we go. Manuscript page. Manuscript page. Want the manuscript page. And the hunting rifle would be pretty handy too. Sure, why not? Let's see what this says.
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
I wonder what that's alluding to. Not like it's obvious to stay, but anyways, we're gonna be going over this direction. What? Oh, there you are. I did not mean to use that weapon right now. Regardless, I guess I did. Time to switch over to this gun.
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here. It was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver through my spine.
It also has all these weird, like, darkness things on it. Regardless, it is kind of weird because we did see that crash. That's what was that big rumble earlier. And if I was looking in the sky, I could have seen it, like, crash. But it definitely looks like it hasn't been used in some time. Oh. Timber! Now, we can use this plane wing from here. No, 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 not like that. Come on. Come on, you got it, you got it. This can lead in this direction, so we can get right here. Flare's a go-go. Nah, there's nothing else here. Oh, wait, no, no, not from there. Okay, well, that hurt us a little bit, but we'll be fine. We'll be okay. Alan Wake can shrug off breaking his legs. No big deal. Now, here we go. Another enemy spawn point. In this area, they're giving us a flare just for pity's sake, because this section can be pretty tough. A lot of enemies, so little time. There we go. We got ourselves a little base here, just so we can scuttle along and get items. There's a few things hidden here, actually. The one which I particularly want is on top of a mountain. I'll take these while we're here, go back in the light to get a little bit more of a resting, and then we can charge right back out when we're ready. Charge! Yes, this is such a brilliant idea. Why didn't I ever think about doing this before? Charging out in the middle of nowhere with no idea where the fuck I'm going sounds pretty smart to me, if I do say so myself. In fact, I've never heard of a more brilliant idea. Fuck! Back to the light, back to the light. Ha! Take that, darkness. That'll teach you to come out at night, I think. Okay, let's see. We just give it a second to refuel ourselves in the darkness. Now we're gonna go this way. There it is. I see it from here. What I was looking for. I went the wrong way, though. There's a coffee thermos on top of that mountain. More important than life itself. Coffee. Guarded by the Grand Dark Guardians, whatever. There's the third guy. These guys always spawn in forms of 3 at this point in the game, so I was like, yeah. Fuck, I'm getting hit by like everything that they're throwing at me. I probably deserved every single time I got hit right then. I literally got hit by everything they threw at me right then. That was just terrible. Anyways, though, I think there's a manuscript page actually hidden over in that direction, but I'm not going to go pick it up right now. I'm not trying to do 100% playthrough right now. Oh, okay, that's why that bush shook. That would explain that. However, though, that means there's probably someone behind me. Oh, wait, no, you're actually in front of me, but I can't see you through the bush. Oh, are you there, too? Hello, fellers. I didn't know you came around this neck of the woods. Fuck, okay. No, okay. I have to fucking waste a flare, because I might die thanks to you guys. Reload my gun, refuel my health, please, too. Get you guys out of the way. Where'd you go? There you are. This fucking bush made that battle so much more difficult than it needed to be. It's just like the bush, I can't see the enemies. I guess the enemies couldn't see me as well, though, either. Here we go, we are making ourselves out of the forest part, and now we're going to get more to industry, buildings. Now on the lakeside, this is actually a watermill area, but that's okay. We can climb ladders in our meantime. You know how I love my ladders. Love the ladders. Oh. Okay. No. Gas out of here. Whoop. That was hurtful. It's okay, we didn't get that platform to topple, though, so better than dying, I suppose. Now, if we go through here, you want to be careful. This stuff will hurt you if you step on top of it. You can get rid of it, but be careful when looking around this place. Unfortunately, the elevator to the top is actually not working. Who would have thought, but it does still sway around like crazy. So we're going to go slowly up here as we make sure we don't step on darkness puddles. Like that. We're gonna break into here. We're gonna step in this tub because this tub is ours. Here we go, manuscript page.
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage, excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
Yes, I suppose, but still we're going to be going over in this direction, which is just fun and dandy. Now let's see. The next step is because we're trying to climb this water tower. Oh, here we go. We have to kick this. I forgot. So that gets lifted. And then once that's lifted, we can jump over there and go like, whoop, get the manuscript page. More story.
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed. Like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
Barry, let's get going over in this direction. That's a big puddle. Now here we have a few more flares to get picked up on our flare. Oh, thermos. And our thermos-driven flare journey. Now let's see, what are we supposed to do in here? There we go, it's the ladder, that was it. Climbing the ladder out of here. They're still teaching us some of the mechanics of the game, so things are kind of simple at this point, but that's okay. Puddle, dark smoke of cloud poofs. Alright. Now, over in this direction, we're going to continue our journey into the national park. Which brings us to the next thing, the darkness. Oh. The darkness wears her face, whatever the case, that's what it says. Excuse me, guy, they'll start attacking you if they get too close, even if you're shining your flashlight at them. Luckily, for some reason, that guy seemed pretty timid for a monster. Get me the fuck out of here. Okay, where'd you go? Oh, there he... Wait, that's not you. That's a different enemy. Where the fuck did the enemy I was attacking go? I'm not saying that he didn't have a lot of health. Okay, whatever. Maybe he went somewhere. I don't know. Guess we're going in here. Oh, hunting rifle. Take that, sure. Switch back to this if I don't mind. Is there anything hidden over here? Oh, a manuscript page. I'll take it.
Shadows stirred and the wind picked up as I ran through the forest. I felt the dark presence turning its gaze toward me. Then the moonlight was blotted out by dark shadows that raced violently across the ground, moving too swiftly to be natural. Darkness gathered between the trees and melted again to reveal the Taken. No natural path had brought them here.
So with that, now I have to climb our way out through on top of these boxes. Box of climbing. Now with this, we're almost out of the woods actually, finally, right? Don't you surprise me, Mr. Barrel. Let's see. There's just a few more hurdles we have to cross before we get there. First of all, good old dandy wood over that. There's only a few more challenges. There are bats. Like bats, I suppose. Alright. This Knack of the Woods is one of the final challenges. Like this hill is one of the clarifications you're almost done. Fuck those moving items. Let me fight you head on or something. These two guys are big charging enemies though, of course. So they throw two of these guys at you. The big husky enemies that can charge and strike really hard on you and have a lot of flashlight darkness and take a lot of... Oh, fuck, here we go, see if I can dodge this. This will hurt you a lot if you don't dodge. Fuck! Okay, I did not dodge it. Nope, 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 nope. I'm not getting killed by these things. These things will take your bullets like candy. Fuck, I'm not gonna get killed by you. I am not gonna get killed by you two guys. I know it's the first time I've thrown two of you guys at me at once, but that's okay. Later in the game, we'll throw even more at you at once, so that's okay. We're still only on chapter 2 after all, so we're gonna be going over here. Over the mountain we go. Better save my stamina for a small bit, though. See that light? That light up there basically signifies the end of the forest. Finally, right? So we better get out of here, or we should be fine and dandy. Let's take ourselves some stuff from here. There we go. Right up there, that's essentially the end of the forest. So let's get out of here. Do-do-do-do.
It's a hazardous occupation.
But of course we couldn't get out here without a giant chainsaw enemy coming out after us, right? Right. Now let's not waste all of that ammo. Let's take care of these regular enemies. The chainsaw enemies are really powerful but slow. Be really careful. They will kill you very quickly if you're not careful. So you do never want to get cornered by these things. Let's take a... Fuck, no, why am I wasting my ammo but not my batteries? Wait. I tell you not to get cornered. I'm about to let that happen. Fuck. Let's get out of the way. Let's get out of the way. These things have a lot of health, though. You need to be careful against these things, and they will not back down. They have. I'm using one of the most powerful normal guns in the game, which is the reason why I killed it in 2 shots. But those things have a lot of health. Still, though, you need to be really careful whenever you face chase enemies. If they strike you down, you're dead. Regardless, though, we're going to be going over in this direction, so... To the campground, almost out of the woods. Let's get... The sooner we get out of here, the sooner, because we've been here for quite a while. Let's get out of here, out of Elder Woods National Park. Phone call.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
Yeah. Which is bad because I turned off the lights for Barry, you know. But regardless, here we go, the campgrounds. Now we're going to enter into a campsite. Here we have 10.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin. but at least I was out of the woods.
Anyways, though, the campgrounds have a few different points of interest about them. I believe there was a coffee thermos somewhere around here. I think it's over in this direction. Coffee thermos, where art thou? There it is. You're mine. Regardless, oh, we got also a damn good cup of coffee achievement for doing that, which is always fun. As we can see, there's a car in here, and it's actually on and everything.
I'd have to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster, and the headlights were a welcome bonus.
Now, technically, you do need to get this car, but because you need to break open that gate. But still, though, there's a few things that we can do here before we have to do what we have to do. You can get the keys from here inside the restroom. We're gonna first go inside the woman's restroom after we read this.
The FBI agent's command froze me in place. I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it. But it felt all wrong. Call it instinct. His posture. The way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
Still, though, in the women's bathroom, it is very dark in here. That's the feeling you want to have, of course.
I had to find the key to the garage.
I know, Alan. That's what we're looking for, the key to the garage. There's actually, oh yeah, there's a hunting rifle ammo, which is a really powerful gun, so I'm going to keep that on me for a while. However, though, we're going to go over here to the men's restroom. Let's see, nothing really to check out. Locked. Look, there's the keys.
I need the garage key to get to the car.
We got it.
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
No, I'm just kidding. Now we're gonna go over here in this direction. Out of here we go.
You can learn about nature and yourself.
Easy enough. Just a bit of a jump scare there, but now we got the keys to get the car so we can get out of here, which is that's going to introduce us to another new gameplay mechanic. Opening this we go. And that mechanic is the ability to drive cars. Here we go. You can turn the lights on cars for some reason, just like you can normal vehicles. So this is teaching us how to brake, reverse. There we go. Yep, we can hold this to boost lights. Oh, wait. Forgot. Though the vehicle controls are a bit different than they are. Here we go. I mean, on the console versions, they're a bit different. There we go. I believe that there's a coffee thermos over here that you can pick up. Let me check. Ah, God, these are kind of... I'm not used to these controls at all. I'm used to the 360 controls for the vehicle. So let me just open this up. Coffee thermos? I'm willing to leave my car for that. You know, there's probably going to be a bajillion enemies that can spawn possibly while I'm outside my car. There's actually a few different things that we can get during this car section. This whole bit section is kind of bigger and more explorable, but most of the time the only things are points of interest. Like, if there's something that looks kind of odd to you, just assume that you can do something with it. Remember, enemies won't die unless, of course, you have their darkness away, even if you run them over. Yes, even if you run them over, that still doesn't count. Now, as you could probably have seen, there was a flashlight thing telling us there was something hidden over here. You want to be careful with this, though. This will actually summon a bajillion enemies. And there's probably lots of enemies around me anyway, speaking of which. Fuck, no, I just got my car. You guys don't have any respect for my belongings. Let me get this stuff inside here. This chest will spawn a lot of enemies. Not that there's not already a lot of enemies in here for me. So back in the car we go. Guys, stop messing around. Running you guys over. Now we're going to turn over this way and have a fun time driving. Driving on the highway. I think they should have made the cars mouse controlled more so than just keyboard control, and this is the camera. I'm, again, used to the console way, but I'm starting to get a little bit more used to it. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck, that's a lot of enemies. Well, luckily, I'm in a car. So we can have field day with these guys, I guess. They will actually kill you pretty quickly if you're not careful. Backing up. You're the last guy alive. Unfortunately, you still got your darkness shield, so I can't kill you until that's out of the way. Now I can't kill you. Where'd you go? There you are. Fuck, there's another one. And my car's starting to smoke, so I'm actually almost dead. There you are. Fine and dandy. Now we're gonna go over to this light here. We can switch cars first of all, because this car is steaming. Second of all, we got hunting rifle. Goodness. Oh, there's something that we can shoot. Speaking of that, the achievement thing. There we go. Now let's hop from one steaming car to the one that looks somewhat new. Over here we go. You can take the ramp technically. You see that there's a ramp over there, but I really don't recommend you do so. You usually get damaged when you take those. Given that they can be a good way to get out of a tight situation, and they're of course fun, but regardless, sometimes it's just not the best choice if at all possible. However, though, unfortunately, this thing's blocking our way, so give me a second to run out in the middle of nowhere so I can get myself. Was it a thermos or wait? There's a guy that's right there. Fuck. Were you programmed? You're probably scripted because usually enemies don't come in packs of one. That thing was probably scripted. I don't remember the enemies being there, but there's definitely a manuscript page over there. Fuck, another guy after me. I need to read. I hate to tell these guys, my life is more important than them chasing me. Need to read.
There was no misunderstanding. Cauldron Lake was where Alice and I had stayed, but there was no cabin and no island. I was missing a week. What had happened to me? What had happened to Alice? I had to get her back. I couldn't face life without her.
You can see. Regardless, Alan is gonna be like, yeah, I gotta shoot these things away from over here and there. Oh wait, where'd you come from? We got just a party up in here. There we go, the epic camera angle when you use the flare correctly. Also gets you a few more seconds of burning time with them, so that's always good. Fuck, I did not realize. Yeah. Nope, not the big guy. Nope, 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 nope. Oh boy. Flares, flares everywhere. Okay, let me just get the fuck out of here. I should probably pick up my car, but I guess I'm stupid. I'm gonna run this way on foot while I'm getting chased by a bajillion enemies. Whatever, coffee thermos was worth it. My life is worth coffee. That's how I measure my value of life, my quality of life, is based on how much coffee I can collect. Fuck, I should dodge that at the last second. Whatever, I think the enemies are almost dead. Replace almost dead with they are dead. Thank the Lord! With that one, with the super religious comments and all that. We're gonna climb the staircase. We're almost back home again. And by almost back home again, I mean we've almost ran back into Barry. Here we are back in the forest of Elderwood National Park, except now that the gate's been broken straight on open. So nothing's gonna stop us from going to go meet Barry. You might remember this is where our whole adventure here started almost over an hour ago. Which means that we're gonna be running over this direction. Back to run into Mr. Barry. Unfortunately, things have turned a bit for the worse over here. And when I look up in the sky in a few moments, you guys will probably be able to guess why. Not quite yet, because I can't see it yet, but Something's up with Mr. Barry. He gave us a phone call about it. We saw a manuscript page about it. If you remember what that is, you probably have a pretty good idea.
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
Where'd you guys all come from? Just because I'm a jerk. Where'd you guys come from? Seriously, I kill one side of things, then you guys are just right there, raining on my parade. Ow. Okay, you guys are already gone, whatever. Here we go, phone call from Mr. Barry.
The kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me?
Yes, I get you.
Can anyone guess what's Mr. Barry's going through? I think you guys might have a little bit of intuition. It's a little bit of a stretch in the dark, but I don't think you guys can piece together what Mr. Barry's going through right now. I don't know. What could Mr. Barry be having problems with? I know. Really. Fucking bird enemies. Anyways, though, we're gonna have a stand out here, so fuck those guys.
Talked about birds over the phone.
The darkness controls the Taken. Let's do this thing. Guns don't work against these things.
Al, I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
Here we go, bird battle. Gotta watch out though. Let's see, I'm gonna take a look at the sky. See how these different birds, like you see this swarm, this is probably a swarm that's going to attack me. The birds will come down in swarms like this, and you want to get rid of, fuck though, like that. You should look out for swarms packing up like that, because that's what is really what you're trying to look out for. Birds trying to pack up like there, they're there. See how those birds are sort of packing together? That means that that's a pack. Fuck, take care of those group of birds. They will always dismantle if you take care of enough inside their pack, though. Okay, get over there. No, come on. There's probably another pack that's packing someplace else. That just looks like the biggest pack to me. So I'm trying to destroy those before they all start collecting together. Is there other packs packing together right now? Not that I can see. Oh, wait, there. Wait, where? Oh, there you guys are. Okay, there we go. That pack's... Oh, no, there was 2 packs there. Oh. Next birds are getting some... Wait, there you guys are. 'Cause I'm a douche, I'm gonna kill your bird kind. Okay. Where are you? There you are. Now where's the next pack? There's the next pack. Alright. Get over here when you can. I'm not gonna look at that. Oh wait, there's a chest over here? Really? What's in here? Flare gun ammo. Fuck, ow. You guys. Flare gun ammo time. It's more satisfying than it should be. Wait, where did you guys go? Killing birds.
You can open the door now. They're gone.
Yeah. Barry opened the other door. Okay, guess I'm going this way then. Here we go. Hey, Barry.
Al, I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
Bye now.
See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the
Oh Dear Diner.
Good girl.
Come here. Pretty please, can you tell me where I am? You, won't you say something? I need to get my bearings.
Episode 2 of 6 episodes. Technically on the PC version it's 8 episodes because they include the 2 DLC episodes that were on the 360 and the actual regular game. Okay, as I said, so far we've completed 2 episodes. I'm gonna give my rundown since I'm gonna probably stop playing Alan Wake for tonight. Quick rundown of the episodes in my opinion. First episode's a good introductory episode. Second episode, to be quite frank, I think the second episode of the game actually might be my second least favorite episode in the game. A big reason for that, it's kind of lengthy. Some interesting things happen story-wise, sure, but and there's some good creepy moments when you first start off. I think that they take way too long in the forest, and I don't know, there's something about the design of the whole national forest that I don't really like too much. It's not like it's terrible when they introduce it's kind of like a big game mechanic introduction. And I don't really feel like they used their mechanics to the fullest in the second episode. The next episode, episode 3, but as I said, you can actually skip this at any time, but I think it's funny how they have the subtitles too. The next episode that comes up is actually, like gameplay-wise, next episode is really, really fun. They have a lot of gameplay variety in the next chapter, and they introduce a lot more new mechanics as well. The only thing is, lots of people don't like the next chapter when they first play it because it is extremely long, which is why I'm going to probably stop playing right now, because the next chapter is essentially the length of 2 regular episodes of Alan Wake, because most of the episodes are about the same length, except the next episode. Episode 3 is kind of like if they put 2 episodes into one. It's quite long. And story-wise, not much happens in episode 3, to be quite honest, until the very end of the episode. Most of the episodes actually spent doing gameplay stuff, which is good from a mechanic and of course from a gameplay perspective. And the next episode does get a change of setting. You start off in the forest, but the forest goes into other interesting locations I won't spoil here yet. But the next episode I'm going to not do right now because of that. The 4th episode is probably my favorite episodes out of all of the regular episodes, not including the DLC episodes. And it seems like most people agree with me on that. The 4th episode is probably the best episode in the regular game. I won't spoil it though, because I love episode 4 quite a bit. Episode 5 is my least favorite episode in the game. I'm kind of alone in that opinion. I see that a lot of people seem to like episode 5, which I can understand with. Episode 5 has more of an action focus. What I mean by that, there's a lot more action sequences. There's a segment involving a helicopter. There's a segment involving a spinning bridge. Actually, wait, I wasn't gonna say spoilers.
Previously on Alan Wake,
we're gonna skip this right now.
Has been killed.
Yeah, we know what happened. Quit to the main menu, Mr. Allen. Yes, I'd like to confirm that. Episode 5, for me, I don't like it as much as many other people do. I can see why other people like it. There's definitely quite a few unique gameplay moments that only happen in Episode 5. In Episode 5, starters away from the forest setting, because most of it takes place... Actually, wait. I keep on saying I'm not going to say spoilers, so won't say that. Episode 6 is both... I kind of like the episode, but I also kind of dislike it. It's essentially a long journey. There's a... essentially it's the chapter where they throw all the mechanics at you all at once, and it's a long venture. Not much story until the very end, because of obviously the ending happens at the end of Episode 6, but it's kind of a long journey, and it's probably the longest chapter besides Chapter 3, so... then we go to the two DLC episodes. I like both of the DLC episodes, though I think that my favorite episode in the whole entire game is the second DLC episode, The Rider. The first DLC episode is pretty challenging, actually. It's probably the most challenging episode in the game, this first DLC episode. The reason why is because there's lots and lots of enemies, as well as lots of interesting gameplay mechanics and traps that don't exist in the regular campaign. And the other reason is just because of how the stages are designed. They're very surreal. Then the last episode in the game, or in other words, the last DLC episode, is probably my favorite episode in the game. I would place it slightly above Episode 4, which is my favorite episode in the regular game. That's Alan Wake for now, though. I'm going to stop the stream for this. Yay. So, the stream, I'm going to say a few last things before I go off, though, so I'm going to just continue the stream in just one moment. So, for you two peoples, see you guys later.